Hey there folks, I'm Aaron Young. What if everyday Australians could access high net worth investment opportunities that were previously reserved for the elite? For more, we're joined here at the desk by Jerome Dadon, founder here at MezFi. Thank you so much for joining us. Big day for you guys, big launch. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, it's 2.5 years in the making now, Aaron. Yeah, it's a big day. It's our launch day today for MezFi, Fund 1. Yeah, 2.5 years in the making, as I said, for breaking down those barriers for everyday investors.
All right, so the idea of mezzanine finance, what does it actually mean and who is it typically used by?
So mezzanine finance is used mainly by property developers and business owners as gap financing. If the bank doesn't want to lend them enough money to finance their entire project or deal, they need to go elsewhere to find that financing, and mezzanine financiers provide that funding.
Okay, so that works when it comes to the big end of town, but when it comes to retailers, where does it fit in?
So we look to democratize access on the investment side. So on the supply side, we still work with mezzanine finance with the big guys, with large property developers and large wholesale investment managers. But we bring this to the retail customer in terms of who can invest and participate in the investment returns from mezzanine finance opportunities.
So it's not the retail from using, it's those who can actually, I guess, get in on the fact that a lot of these developers and builders are needing this mezzanine finance there as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Traditionally, to invest in a product like this, in a mezzanine finance fund, you need a minimum of $500,000 or so, and we've brought that down to $5,000 to
which is a lot more accessible for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about the safety. Is it a safe investment option? Because that's going to be the thing that anyone is thinking about, particularly at a time like now.
Absolutely. So look, every investment comes with its risks, including the risk of loss of your investment. However, we're an ASIC registered fund, so we've gone through that process.
You've had the legal hurdles, I would imagine.
A lot of them, absolutely. We have a product disclosure statement, a target market determination, and of course everyone should be getting their own financial, legal, tax, investment advice before investing in the fund. But we do a lot of things like we have our investment board that checks over every deal. We diversify. We have our checks and balances to make sure that everything's really well taken care of.
Right. So we talk about mezzanine financing. What about blockchain? How does it actually fit within that, or vice versa?
So look, blockchain is a really great technology. Obviously, there are some people who have given blockchain a bad name at times. However, we don't use, it's not crypto. We use blockchain as a...
Because that's what people first think about, right?
Absolutely, they do. And at the moment, crypto's up. Off the back of the US elections, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
But when you think of the term crypto, you often think about uncertainty. And if that's linked to blockchain, that will obviously lead a lot of people to wonder about the safety, as we talk about when it comes to mezzanine.
Absolutely. So we have smart contract auditors who make sure that the smart contracts that we use are 100% secure, unhackable in that sense. But the reason that we use blockchain is threefold, really. So it's transparency. So you are able to see what we invest in on chain. So that's normally you have to wait for a quarterly report to see what projects have been invested in by a fund. For us, you can go on the website, you can look at your token, and you can see this is what's been invested in. Number two, it's that immutable sort of nature of blockchain. So you get your token and it's there forever on the blockchain. And it's important to note that there's still all of the traditional rails where it's a unit trust, it's incorporated in Australia, so it's a completely traditional structure that's overlaid with blockchain.
So MezFi, you've obviously got the name for it. Talk to us about, for you guys, how you stand out from the others when it comes to mezzanine financing. Is it just because of that, instead of it being $500,000, it's 5,000, or are there other things too?
Well, look, I mean, the blockchain element is important. One thing that's not really an investment decision, but we do have artwork which is attached to it as well, which is a traditional, if you can use the word traditional in terms of blockchain, but it's in terms of the tokens, you get a limited edition art piece along with it as well, so that's different and interesting. And really, it is the democratization aspect that's different here, being able to bring it to everyday investors who used to not have access to it.
Is now the right time? Obviously, there's a lot happening in the property market. There is a lot happening in the investment market as well. There's a new president talking about big change in the United States. Traditionally, when we talk about things changing, people often take a step back. For you guys, it's launch day. Why is now the right time?
Well, look, there's a couple of things. So from a crypto perspective, and you can, by the way, invest using crypto into our fund, which I didn't mention before. Right. So that's one part of it that's also different about us. President Trump actually is coming out and saying he's going to be the crypto president. Yeah. So that's a really positive aspect for us. Alternative investments are always on the radar for savvy investors in Australia. And so, at a time like this when potentially rates are going to come down, money's going to be a bit looser than it has been over the last few years. I think people are going to start looking at investments again. And it's just a matter of going out there, looking at safe, secure investments, making sure that you make your own, do your own research, check everything, make sure that it suits you well. But I think that there couldn't be a better time than right now for people to think about how to invest and what to invest in.
Jerome, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Aaron, thanks so much.
Again, congratulations.
Thanks very much, mate.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.